I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Manin Zaman. This is a very Wednesdays are one of our long days. We have several shows on a Wednesday, and this is going to be a fascinating day as we have many good things in store for you. So, this is the first show for the day. It is our NFL show. We'll be talking about the National Football League, not the local football as we know in Jamaica, but American football. Every Wednesday we do this with Chris Lynch, G Star, Countryman, and from time and time, Preacher comes on in. They give the pick 6, pick 5, whatever it is. I don't have a clue what that is because I'm not a betting man. But these guys are expert in their field. And so if you don't know the sport, you need to come and listen and learn from them. And if you know the sport, you need to give some support to this particular show. All right, but let we get over the formalities and then we will dive into our discussions this morning. Firstly, I want to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. They are Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company that is in Canada, and they sell all the products you need for your jerk and your barbecue. They have jerk paste, jerk marinade, barbecue sauce, curry paste, and a whole hot pepper sauce. And all you have to do is shop at tricknick.ca. Tricknick, www.tricknick.ca. And you'll see that running across on our banner, right? So you can get it right there. And when you shop there, once you make your order, you use this code, I am sure sports 001. That's one word. And you get 25% discount. Wherever you are in the world, they ship and they ship real fast. We had 2 winners, one in Canada, and in one day, less than 24 hours, they got their prize from Tricknick. We had one winner in the United States, and though the companies in Canada, in less than 2 days, they got their products. So try them out. Let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. The link is also in the description. They also have a channel where they do cooking, so you can go there and see how to prepare your food stuff, right? Our first guest is here. Also, let me thank all our subscribers. We're on the way to 2,300. We're 36 away from 3,000. If you right, well, not 36 away. On the journey to 3,000, right? We need one more thousand, and out of that thousand so far, we have 36, which means we need 964 more. All right, so that's the number we're counting down. But thanks to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, helping us grow as a platform. We really appreciate it, and we continue to put out good quality content. Now, tonight, we're going to have a very late Premier League, well, not Premier League, World Cup qualifying discussion, and we have some former reggae boys. Won't call their names, but at 9 o'clock tonight, we're going to have them, and we're going to have a couple of coaches who have worked with the national program, also analyzing, giving their post-match analysis and player rating on the game. That's 9 o'clock tonight. 9 o'clock, and that's going to be a 2-hour show. So we're going to go from 9 to 11 tonight, and then we don't have an interview schedule because we have that for today, but we have our schoolboy football show that is coming up also in the midday during the afternoon period. So look out for show number 1, show number 2, and show number 3. Let me invite Chris Lynch, who seemed to be the lone expert in the house this morning. What are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good morning, Mannings, and good morning to the viewers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man,
Good.
doing good. Shouldn't be doing good, but I mean, we got bad news last night, basically. Our beloved reggae boys basically didn't fail to get us the 3 points.
Yeah.
There's a lot of going on with the referee, and people should have scored. So, other from that, I mean, life is good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I tell people, listen, until the fat lady sings, you have 6 games. You have 6 games left. And if you get 3 points, many people felt like we were going to be smashed by the USA. That didn't happen. In fact, I can't recall the USA creating a lot of opportunities. And so I think like the truth is we had the clear opportunities in the game. And I think if things had gone our way, we would have come out of that game like 3-1. USA got one chance and they capitalized on it. So what this says to me is that Mexico seems to be struggling. So it is possible that we could win. We could win the 6 games remaining, get 18 points, and then see what happens. That's all you have to do. Win your remaining game. I like the interview that Antonio did, sounding very positive as well. And I think what we have seen is that we now have a core of players that need to start. But we're not going to discuss all of that because this is the NFL show. But we have a core of players. I see the kid giving us some problems here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think we have found the core, but we're going to discuss that on our show later tonight. So I hope you will be around. I know it's late in the night for you, but we also have G Star. Here as well. So
yes, big up, gentlemen.
yeah, man, welcome. Yeah, man. Not so clear as
Blessings,
usual.
G-Star.
Yeah, not so clear as usual.
Clear.
I think. Yeah,
Better now.
but we'll work with it. I think that bright light behind you should be in front of you. But it's okay, man. We see in your face. G Star, I met a basketball person who is part of the national. His surname is Stewart. Do you know him?
No.
All right. Well, he's in charge of some basketball thing here in Jamaica. One of the persons, and I was talking to him about your youngster that you tell me about, and he says, yeah, man, he knows him, very tall, one of the best in Jamaica right now. So I told him that, supposed to do an interview. Then he said, so I tell him that, yeah, man, he has an agent, and his agent is G Star. So he says, what is G Star right name? I said, G Star, G Star. So
Yeah.
so I need to get you right here so I can go back to him and tell him that you're the agent for this player. But
No,
G-Star
I'm
is
not the
an
agent.
unofficial agent.
No,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
I'm not the agent. I'm just I'm a concerned citizen, That's it.
yeah, he's a double agent, not an official agent.
Yeah, you see it. You see it. Hey,
Yeah.
the man, I want to know a good question still. The Liam Bailey thing, right? Why is he playing on the not the side and play for with him club? That make any sense to you guys?
Well, he played both games. One game he played on the right, one game he played on the left.
Let
And
I
Oh, okay.
let I answer G Star to most people hasn't been watching Leon for a long time, money. As you know,
Mm,
if you're a Jamaican playing anywhere, any sport, I follow you basically. The thing about Leon is he can play on any side, G Star. But people, because especially if you start to watch him this season for Aston Villa,
mm.
you will think
Yeah.
that he prefers to play over there. It's the just teams, it's how the team want to play. They play him either way. But when he was at
Okay. So you
Leverkusen,
people can play both sides equally
yeah, he
effectively.
can play both sides. Yeah, he can
Okay.
play both
All
sides.
right.
It doesn't
No.
and he's not gonna come out and tell you that he has a problem playing any one of the side. That Tapper wrong to put him anywhere. He won't come and tell you that because when at Leverkusen they would do that as well. They would
yeah,
He would play
Uh-huh.
on that right side because what happened G Star is football change over time and people been playing like that now. They switch so the right foot are playing on the left side to come onto his right foot to shoot.
call him call him inverted.
Yeah, man. I get that,
Yeah.
you know, but all right, here's my thing.
Bridget, you're
When it
wasting up
comes
your
to
NFL
football,
time, so but go ahead
yeah,
still. I just
man.
wanted to
Just
know that.
quickly, when it comes to football now, I'm just saying that your best player should be playing his best position and then work with it from there. So if you think that Liam Bailey is our best player, he should be playing his best position and let everybody fill in after that. But you don't know.
That's
We're
where he did
NFL.
in El Salvador and he was horrible. So that's what he did.
Oh,
That
okay.
he liked to play on the
Okay.
right hand side and then they switch him back now and it's the same for the same. So let's get
All right.
I also
All
want
right.
to say
Fair
a
enough.
big up
Fair enough.
to D Modre 9 in the building. As always, tuning in and giving his support from Sports Frenzy channel over there doing some good work. And they also have an NFL show on Saturdays with Kems, who unfortunately won't be able to make it to today's show. All right, so yes, guys, your time to shine. Yeah.
All right.
What
So, so,
was?
so let me give you the stats from last week, Chris Lynch.
yeah.
Countryman was 6-7-1. The tie is because the Steelers, right?
Yeah,
So
the
everybody
one
gets
means the tie that happened
yeah.
between the
Kems was
Lions and
five.
the Steelers.
Kems was 5 wins, 8 losses, 1 tie. Chris Lynch, you were 7-6-1, and then I was G Star 8-5-1. So I had the best week by 1 win over you.
By the way, the last 3 weeks have been so difficult. Not for us guys alone. G Star, if you look at all the analysts over
Mm,
that analyze the national that analyze football, the American
yeah.
football, they've been having tough weeks because what happened is a lot of upset specials are coming through and a lot of injuries are happening also and just a lot of changes.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I agree. Definitely more upsets, not necessarily last Sunday, but the week before that and the week before that. But I want to talk about one particular game. Or we're going to talk about a couple games. Let's talk about the Patriots versus the Browns, right?
You have the
We had
Kool-Aid,
a we had a
you drinking any of the Kool-Aid now or what?
yeah, man,
Let's
and that's
start
what I
there,
want to talk
G-Star.
about. That's what I want to talk about because we spoke about the Patriots before, you know what I'm saying? So they're now 6-4. They actually wiped out the the Cleveland Browns, right? In a
You're
disgusting
Cleveland, bro.
fashion. So people right now, for me, are being a little bit prisoner at the moment, and they have the Patriots now as a Super Bowl contender, right? Basically what we alluded to last week. No, I'm not backing. I'm just making it known enough. I'm not backing off my stance. I rate Bill Belichick as a coach, right? They made some changes into the off season. Like they spent the most money in free agency, And New England in a bad season was 7-9 last season, right? With no talent. So and they were still in the top 10 with defense. So we know that New England was going to be better this year because they got two Titans, Hunter Henry, John O. Smith, the wide receivers, Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, They brought over Matthew Judon, the defensive player from Baltimore, right, who had an excellent season last year. So we knew they were going to be better. And then probably the biggest move, they drafted Matt Jones at 15, right? So saying all that, I know that the Patriots were going to be better, right? But they're looking real good. And then now in the preseason, I saw Mac Jones play with the quarterback the competition with Cam, and then I saw Mac Jones and said, "Boy, yo, Mac Jones looks good." So just so I can look at Mac Jones and say, "All right, I think Mac Jones has it." I was telling Kems, I don't think that Tua has it, right? And what is it? It's just that ability to be unflappable in the pocket, the ability to be confident, the ability when you throw an interception and you can come right back and don't lose confidence. Whether you win, you lose, you throw 10 interceptions, you throw four touchdowns. I just think that
You still
the
have to
at
think that
top,
you have the ability to get it right.
yeah, you still have to have the confidence, and to me, that is what it is, right? So Joe Burrow, he seems like he has it, for instance. And then on the other side of the ball now, losing Odell Beckham Jr., not having the running backs, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and then Odell Beckham Jr. is gone. It all came down to Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield was horrible in that game. And I just don't think the Cleveland Browns, as an organization, believe in Baker. And it just don't look like Baker can carry that squad. So that I mean, so basically, I don't know if it's a wrap for the Browns, but it just don't look good for them.
Yeah, but the thing about that's why people basically love Bill Belichick and put so much of Tom Brady greatness and tie towards him, because what you know is that he's going to put you in a great situation. And that's exactly what he did with Matt Jones. He basically put him in a good situation, and Matt Jones basically doesn't have to play a great game for the Patriots to win because of how he structured the team, but he just need to play decent enough and he will get wins, and that should be good enough to build his confidence. And that's what he has been doing. They should have probably win 5 from 5 instead of 5 from the last 5 instead of 4 from the last 5. It was close in the game that they lost. It was an OT loss to the Cowboys, and from there you could sense that Matt Jones is just getting more confident in the pocket, like you say, and it's basically he did so exceptionally well against the Browns. It's not, I don't know if he could have had a better game. Sit the fourth
Yeah, man,
quarter.
it's just coaching too.
Yeah, it was coaching on display, and that's why a lot of people again gonna go back to a game like this and show you why Bill Belichick is a big part of the success of Tom Brady.
All right, so I want to put you on the record now. So on the record, you have the Patriots as a Super Bowl contender for the
I
record.
don't have them as a Super Bowl contender, but it's one of those team G Star that teams are going to be looking at, saying that we know what Bill Belichick can do in playoff games, and that's scary. It's yeah.
Okay,
Teams are going. I mean, if you're in the playoff, it's a team that you wouldn't be afraid to play, but you're
okay,
going to have in the
okay.
back
So
of
you
your
have them
mind
in
that
the
Bill
playoffs.
Belichick can get it done.
You have them in the playoffs, but you don't have them as a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, I don't have them as a
Basically.
Super Bowl contender.
All right, fair enough. So all right, all right. Let's get your opinion on what you think about the Rams game
The
when the
Rams
Rams play
lost.
San Francisco, the
Monday,
Monday
that
night
was a
game, the
Monday
Monday
night
night
encounter,
game.
right?
Yeah, the Rams versus San Francisco. San Francisco murdered them as well. That was ODB's first game, and I think Von Miller's first game in Rams. And we had that game as a short pick, right? And the
Yeah.
Rams got murdered.
The
So what do you
Rams
think about ODB?
basically, I think the Rams probably fooled us because we know how good of a defensive team they were last year. And we are saying if they're getting some offensive weapon now to put towards what we know they can go and do on the defensive end, then they should be right up there as a contender. But Matthew Stafford basically had a bad game, a horrible game. And you cannot have games like that and beat teams that really want I mean 49ers still trying to get in the playoffs, basically. They are not out. So they
Mm.
basically did a great job, but the Rams basically help them a lot in that one.
All
So
right.
it was a bad game for Matthew Stafford, basically.
Yeah, I think he had a pick six, two interceptions, a couple. They had some drop balls, but here's the thing, though. You expect the Rams defense to hold up against the San Francisco 49ers offense, and the 49ers offense kind of run through them. So for me, it show a chink, a big chink in the Rams armor. Another game that we had, Chris Lynch, we all had the Bucks. We all had the Bucks over the, oh gosh, who did they lose to? Not the Saints. Who's the Bucks
Washington
lose
football
to?
team.
The
Washington
Washington
football
football
team.
team. All right, there you go. So let me talk about that game a little bit now. So Tom Brady came out and struggled um in the first half, or two interceptions, right? But what was more
One
noticeable,
of them was a bogus. I don't know why they call those interceptions. I don't
yeah, when
know.
him
I
dropped the
really don't
ball.
know.
No,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Receiver make
Fair
contact
enough.
with the ball, basically everything is on. Move a little and you still. I don't know why they do that. I think it's misleading.
Yeah, but this just so it goes. That's how it's always been in the mindset. Um, Here's the thing. I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made Tyler Haneke look like Joe Montana, right? They could not stop Taylor Heineke. No, we kind of know just from even from last year, we know that the Achilles heel of the Bucks is their pass defense, right? And they have a couple players missing in the secondary, Carlton Davis and Bunting, right? Two cornerbacks, two of their starting cornerbacks, and then Richard Sherman was there for a little while, and he's also out, right? But still, it's the Washington football team, right? They have a star receiver named Terry McLaurin, but that shouldn't be enough, right? They couldn't get off of the field on third downs against Taylor Heineke. And then now, in the second half, Tom Brady started turn it on now. And then at the end of the game, they were down by 4 points with 10 minutes to go. And basically, in one drive, they said that it's the longest drive of the year, like 90 yards and something like that, 90 yards and over 10 minutes. And the Bucks could not get a stop. So, if you're a Tampa Bay fan like I am, right? It's hard to see because the defense wasn't coming up clutch, none at all, right? So that was a big L for the Bucks, and now they're 6-3. All right. So we can move on to next week though.
Yeah, just
And
to say
talk.
that Tyler Heineke seems like you have quarterbacks that like to play against great other great opponents or great quarterback in
Mm.
themselves. And I think the guy is basically one that likes to play against Tom Brady. I remember that playoff game was a wild card game.
Yeah, wildcard game, yeah.
Basically
First
run
round.
Tom Brady right down there. He couldn't have any comfort in that game. So it looks like he turned up for games like these. And you have players like that, G-Star, that they're just going to play well when the big man come in town. Basically, Tom Brady is the big man. So when he comes, they're going to play. They're going to have probably their best game against him.
Yeah. Oh, and we're having a conversation last week, Chris Lynch, with Kems and Countryman and you and myself about the importance of the quarterback position versus the other positions, right? Before we move on to next week. So I just did a little research. So I checked all the games, Chris Lynch, and
Mm-hmm.
I checked the quarterback rating for the starting quarterback for every single team for every single game last week. There were 14 games. One ended up in a tie. Do you know what they all had in common?
Quarterback didn't play good.
The quarterback with a higher QB rating won the game. 14 for 14. So even Tyler Heineke outplayed Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Um,
he did.
Jimmy Garoppolo outplayed QB rating Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, yeah.
You get me?
Matt
Patrick
Jones,
Mahomes. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes
Jamaica.
outplayed Derek Carr, QB rating. We can go on and on and on. Even my boy from Philly, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts outplayed the quarterback from the QB Chargers, Justin Herbert. What's this person saying? No, Chris Leach, remember G Star talking
That is
out his
my
church and
that is
no.
my good friend Clown Action. That's the best of him.
But that
I
don't make
don't
no
know
sense though. That don't
why
make no
he's
sense.
reminding me to talk it out. Just
No,
seem
he
like he
said
start to
he said
talk. He's
Chris
out.
he said Chris Lynch, remember to start tying out your
Start.
turkey.
He must say start. But he's a
Start.
clown. So he's my good friend and a clown. So I understand him very
He
well.
says
So when he
Okay,
start.
misspeak,
okay.
I
He
can
says
Overstand that.
correct him.
My apologies.
yeah.
My
He says
apologies, Gunners boss.
the
My
Goddard's boss.
apologies. I get
The
it
Goddard's
now.
boss
Okay, I
also
get
said
it. I
Bramble
get
G
it. I
Star
get
and
it.
Fancy are talking NFL football. But gone when everyone turned guru after what was already said. Is this the great regurgitation show?
But yo, that's hating, man. That's just hate right there. But anyway, it's all
Yes,
good.
Clown Action will be right in the comments. He can't
It's
control
all good,
trolling.
man.
That's his name.
It's all good. So yeah. So to me, Chris Lynch, anybody who say the quarterback is not the most important position, it just showed. And we can go back week after week after week, you know.
But he's
The
going
most
to be fair to Kems G Star, he's going to tell you that the offensive line, if you go and look at the offensive line, that out because you point out one game against, you say Mahomes. I watched that game and the offensive line was better than previous weeks. And that was a big part of him playing a better game. So
yeah,
Kems, I
but if you
sure
want
will say that.
no, then what we're going to say, but there's no, unless you go to Pro Football Focus, right? You got Pro Football Focus, everything where them great offensive line and all of that, you know. But you'd have to
But
show
what
me
I'm going to
that
say is G
statistic.
Star.
Yeah,
Mahomes didn't get no sack. He got it probably 2 times, if I can remember
sure,
good.
Chris
Those
Lynch, but that's
things
just
are what
one
the
game.
offensive line's
I'm
supposed to
talking
do.
about
So
Chris Lynch, I'm talking every game, every single game you look on the schedule, right? The quarterback rating was better for the winning team than the losing team. And if you look at the teams that end in a tie, two of them were horrible. I forget the backup QB for Pittsburgh, right? Two of them were horrible.
so here what you're
So
going to do. When
there's no
Kems is back
coincidence.
G Star, you're going to get the offensive line rating also because you have to get that.
I
You
don't think I
cannot
can
come
get
with the
that.
QB
I
ratings
can't get
alone.
that. No man, I can't get that. But I'm just saying that's no coincidence. You get me? Whoever's QB played better. No, and QB playing better don't just have to do with the offensive line. It also has to do with wide receivers. It also has to do with play calling, right? So you can't just say offensive line alone. That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking things in just isolation like that, you know. But at the same time, it's no coincidence that the team with the higher QB rating won every single game this week. But we can't move on. When Kemp is here, we can talk about that for real. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
man.
let that be known, whether he's here or not.
Yeah, tomorrow. I guess we didn't choose a better day to do the show because we do it right before Thursday
Thursday
night
night football.
football.
Yeah. So who is it? You have the schedule there now?
Thursday night football, very red hot. You see, you look like you're starting to sip the Kool-Aid. At first, I see people sipping Kool-Aid, but the very red hot New England Patriots will travel to the Falcons.
That's the Thursday night. All right. Patriots at the Falcons.
Yeah.
Boy, then I mean for me that is gonna be an easy one. And again, say I can go with the Patriots just because they're on a roll. Matt Jones is playing ball. The Atlanta defense is kind of horrible, and then the New England has a probably about top five, top six defense. Running game looking good. They're hitting their stride. Um, Basically, they're a better coach team. So I would go with the Patriots rather easily in this one.
Yeah, it's one of those games that I think Atlanta always have a very difficult place for visiting teams, and I just think it might just not be as easy as New England has been blowing out teams for the past 4 weeks, basically. This one might pose a lot of challenges for Matt Jones visiting the Falcons. But I still have the Patriots to be good enough to win.
Okay. All right. Next game. So we both have
Then we
Patriots
have
there.
the Saints at the Eagles.
All right. Go on now.
Yeah, this is two consecutive away games for the Saints. But the Eagles, I mean, the Eagles in Jalen Hurts, not so impressive, but he was impressive last week in the win against Denver. And he has those moments. Hurts has his moments when he really looks good, and then I mean, I guess he's just one of those regular quarterbacks that they have their moments. They look good this week, and then next week they return to who they really are. But I'm going with the Saints.
All right. Here, I'm going with the Eagles. Why I'm going with the Eagles is that I think that Jalen Hurts is playing better ball right now. Trevor Simeon, his last game was so-so. I think the Eagles are just. I think the Eagles are going more on a roll. I think they're playing a little bit better. Defense playing better. More opportunistic. It's a pick-up game, in all honesty. So, but again, I'm picking the Eagles in this one. Yes, Joseph Gray, big up yourself, madam.
Then you have the
Next game.
Dolphins. The Dolphins at the Jets.
Boy, Dolphins at the Jets.
Yeah, G-Star. Big up Joseph Gray. G-Star look like him get a call. Yeah, but the Dolphins, though, viewers, they have just come off an impressive win on behalf of their defense against the Baltimore Ravens.
Joseph Gray is actually pioneering a Chris Lynch.
Oh, forgot Joseph. Forgot Joseph.
It's a bigger pioneer in the house.
Forgot to tired there using really. Oh. Yeah, big top NBA analyst pioneer, and yeah, man, football and cricket to pioneer. Been watching a lot of these sports.
Doing very well because his Golden State Warriors continues to win.
Yeah, you cannot talk to him right now. It was an awesome game last night.
We make it sure we don't do any basketball show because all I'm going to talk about is Draymond Green. We're saving him from himself. You understand me?
Oh my God.
But continue talking about, and we were
the Dolphins are playing the Jets at the Jets. But what happened with the Dolphins is that they win two consecutive games, and they were impressive against the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson didn't have a good game, but then the defense of Miami, and I expect it to play the same way this week against the Jets, that the defense is basically going to win them. I think Tua should be back, and that should be good enough for them. They have shown that their defense can win games, and the defense in every sport seem like it's a big thing. Pioneer know how important defense is, because that's what he loves Draymond Green for. So it's the same thing against the Jets. For me, I don't know when G-Star come who is going to pick, but I'm rolling with the Dolphins.
Okay, that's a Dolphin over the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then the Dolphins. You're picking the Dolphins over the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Miami over New York Jets.
All right, and then you have the Philadelphia Eagles. Are you covered that game already versus the Saints?
Yeah, we covered that already. I'm at Washington football team versus the Panthers. This one is going to be a must watch for most people who like Cam Newton is back, basically, for the Panthers. He was 2 touchdowns from 2 snaps in the last game. And G-Star look like he's back. So just pause on that and go back to them. Yeah, G-Star, I picked the Dolphins, who are on a 2-game winning streak, to beat the Jets. Their defense, right, so, basically will do them good in that game.
So,
So it's a same thing against the Jets.
against the Jets.
All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the Jets. All right, so it's a same thing against the
All right, so I myself getting picked the Dolphins. 2 years back, the Jets are a very, very bad team. The backup quarterback didn't play so good last game, had a horrible game. We don't know if Zach Wilson is coming back, but either which way, I'm picking I'm going with the Dolphins on this one. All right,
Yeah,
next.
then we go to a very exciting fixture that I think myself is looking. This one I will personally be watching. Normally I watch two games at once, because of so many games playing at 12 o'clock. But this is one of my games that I'm basically going to watch because of the Washington football team. They go to the Panthers. And this is a game that Cam Newton is expected to make his first start. It's anticipated that he will start against his former coach. And it should be exciting.
All right. So who you have though?
But in this game, I'm going to go with the Panthers. Their defense is basically improving by week, and they're looking like a confident football team basically. I While most people is touting that Cam will start, I don't see they starting Cam right away in this game. He probably play more snaps in the game, but I don't see him starting because the guy Walker did a great job basically for them last week. He put Cams into those situations. They were 3-2 and Cam come on the field and do what he does as a Superman. But yeah, on the other hand though, the Washington is out with I think two of their defensive ends. So that's something that is bad for the Washington football team. And Tyler Heineke might just be exposed this week and don't have that similar game that he had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, you're talking about the defensive end. My memory failing me because he's a superstar defensive end, and I can't remember his name. He was a number one or the number two pick in the draft. I can't remember his name right now, but the other one is Montez Sweat. Yeah, so the reason why bad teams are bad teams, they can probably win a one game in the NFL, but they struggle with consistency. I don't think the Panthers are a good team, but I don't think they're a bad team, right? Cam being back will help. I think more or less though, Christian McCaffrey, the running back, being back, that's what helps out even more. So yeah, excitement factor. Cam Newton was screaming, "I'm back!" After a touchdown, you alluded to it. You said that more than likely Cam can get more snaps. I think they're kind of ramping him up to be the eventual starter. So yeah, I also had the Panthers. So we both have the Patriots, Saints, and Dolphins and Panthers so far. And then Demo now says Manning's man make sure Pioneer is on the NBA show, the big bad NBA show
On
on Sunday.
Sunday.
And all right, next game.
The Colts visits the Bills.
Yeah, and just back to the NBA quick. Pioneer should be happy as a Golden State fan what happened last night, right?
Miami,
That was
Manning's man was pointing that out that he's happy that he didn't have a show today because Pioneer will be talking a lot of Draymond Green.
yeah, hey, but oh, yeah, NBA. We're talking about
Rightfully
NBA,
so,
but
rightfully so.
yeah. Draymond right now is playing some exceptional basketball. All right, sorry. So what's the next team?
The Colts visit the Bills.
The Colts visit the Bills. Who's at
Take that
home?
from Clown Action over there first. He's saying you can go ahead and
All
address it,
right,
then I
Mac
can
Jones
address it.
will become a superstar in the next 2 years if he can stay injury free. Mike McCarthy is a very good offensive coordinator. All right, I'll take the first half of what he said. Matt Jones will become a superstar in the next 2 years if he can stay injury free. All right, I can say this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Matt Jones does look good, and I am not the person to put a ceiling on any player because any player can improve, any player can step up like that. But what do I think? I think Matt Jones can be a good quarterback, right? I think he can be a good game manager or a good complementary quarterback. Superstar, I personally don't think so, but we'll see. I've been around before. And then no, Mike McCarthy is a very good offensive coordinator. I think he's way off right there because if he's talking about right now with the Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy is not the offensive coordinator in Dallas, right? So that last statement. All right, you can hear me. You can hear me good.
Yeah, you're gone low though. Yeah, but me personally, point action. Me personally, when it's too, I mean, it's a prediction that point action is giving. So you cannot say he's
Oh,
wrong or he will be right. But like you say, me personally, I like the guy Justin Ebert at the Chargers, and he looked like he has regressed a little. I saw him when he took his first snap. It was against the Chiefs, and it was, I think, that game in 27. It ended 20-17, and he had a good game. He came in, you couldn't tell he was a rookie, and it wasn't a game that he was expected to play in. Is the quarterback at the time basically
I
it
think he's
was
clarifying. I think he's clarifying, Chris Lynch, that he's talking about Bill McCarthy. Is that the name? He's talking about the Patriots
it's
coordinator.
Daniels who is the offensive coordinator at the Patriots, right? Right,
Because he
right,
said
G-Star?
he's talking about the Patriot
yeah,
coordinator.
It's
Yeah,
Josh
yeah.
Daniels. It's not Mike McCarthy who's the offensive coordinator.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
it's
you were
Josh
talking about the
Daniels who's the
Patriots.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's talking
Because I
about
was wondering how he went from Matt Jones to the Cowboys. I know something was happening. I should have known that clown action. So that's my bad. Because he went from Matt Jones to Cowboys.
Mike McCarthy.
So he's talking Josh Daniels
Oh,
and
okay, yeah,
not Mike.
man. Yeah, yeah, man. Josh McDaniels can coach.
Yeah.
Um, say so. What team are we on again, Chris Lynch? Sorry about that.
Yeah, man. But yeah, through the address pine action thing. The Colts at the Bills.
Course of the Bills. I think the Colts have won their last two games or two out of their last three, so they're not playing bad. Defense is playing all right.
No, they're not
Um,
all right. They're playing top level defense, G Star. The Bills are
I
playing
thought-
good defense. Not
no,
you
I'm
gonna
talking
say
about the
that
Colts. No, man, I'm talking
oh
about
the
the Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, the Colts. The Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills, right? And the reason why I'm going with the Bills is because better quarterback. The only thing I don't like about the Bills is they're not running the ball enough. They're just relying on Josh Allen a little bit too much. But the defense is right there. And I just think in this game, um, the quarterback Wentz is going to show who he is and make some big mistakes. So I can go with the Bills on that one.
Yeah, I can't see no we can't part ways basically. This one with the defense playing so good, I don't know. I mean the Bills have shown you that they can have a bad offensive game, but the defense have kept them in every game basically. So if the Bills are going to lose, it's because the offense doesn't click. But the defense have been very reliable so far. So I'm going with the Bills.
All right. So far it's 5 for 5.
Yeah. And then Detroit visit my one of my teams that I like to watch because of the quarterback. He's one why I really respect and think that can become a superstar. Doesn't show much, but the Detroit Lions visit the Cleveland Browns. Not the Cleveland Browns, yeah. So it's not the team that I thought it was Chicago, but it's not Chicago. So it's the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, because I was about to
That's
say,
your
wait,
team.
you think
That's
Baker
your
Mayfield
team.
can be a superstar quarterback?
No, that's
I'd
your
have to
team,
laugh.
my man.
I'd have to laugh. Boy, I'm going to go with Cleveland on this one, just because Detroit is a horrible, horrible, horrible team. I watched the end of that game, and I think that like the kicker had maybe like a 45-yard field goal to win, and he absolutely shanked it. So it's just Detroit just can't catch a break. They're not a good team. And then now Cleveland now, Baker Mayfield, they're struggling. But because Detroit is so bad, I have to go with the Cleveland Browns. They just have a better roster, probably better coach. Like I said, probably because I don't really watch Detroit Lions play that much. Um, so so you have to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, obviously the Lions will be very desperate for a win. Baker is banged up basically, but I don't know. Baker is banged up, and I just think this is a game that the Detroit Lions. Anytime I think that a team sense an opportunity in a game, I mean it don't mean much. It probably mean more for the Browns, but the Lions is basically just playing to upset the apple cart right now at the moment, because if they win games against some teams, then other teams, they are helping other teams in the process of getting to the playoffs. So, but this is a game that I truly think coming off that tie against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they coming off a little high, and I think they are going to be good enough to beat Cleveland, who is basically struggling. Baker is struggling, and the defense didn't look bossy last week against Matt Jones. So I am going with the Lions this week.
All right. Gunners boss again says people must also remember McDaniels was Tom Brady's coach and not Bill Belichick. Colts will lose to the Bills at Orchard Park. All right. Next game.
Yeah, man. But we have San Francisco. They visit the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right. This should be an easy game. Should be is the operative right there. I forgot the 49ers. I mean, they just beat one of the biggest and baddest teams in the league that was energized, which is the Rams, of the acquisition of two superstars, Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr., and the 49ers wiped them out, absolute rout. So against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think one win on the season. This should be a sure pick. So I'm going with the 49ers. They're playing a little bit better. Confidence should be there in terms of maybe not full swagger back, but a little bit of swagger back, even a 30-40%. Which should help. Jimmy Garoppolo played well last game. So confidence should be up. So I'm going with the 49ers.
I would bet on it as a sure pick, though, G-Star, because what happened is the Jaguars defense tend to be playing good and keep them in games. And you know how the NFL is. It will come down to calls. And if a call might just turn in the favor of the Jaguars, it might turn the game and all of that. So, but I mean, if you look at how they have been playing the defense, they have been playing good and they keep them in games. And that's even though I like the 49ers to win, the
Yeah.
defense is keeping the Jaguars in the games. And
What Vegas say? What Vegas say? Like, what's the line?
the line
Have the line?
is 6.5.
All right, that's big, but that's not huge. Yeah. So
And
I guess
that's all comes down to because Vegas gonna know that. Vegas know that the Jaguars basically keeping the defense is really keeping them in games. That's why they could have even win that game even against the Bills. It's the deep.
yeah.
It's on the back. It was a low scoring encounter,
Yeah, man, 9-6.
against a very good offensive team. But I still have the 49ers though. I won't go against it. But I
All right.
wouldn't bet on the game.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. For me though, I would put my money on that one still, on the 49ers.
You say you'll have it as a sure pick.
No, even if it's not a short pick, I can still put money on them.
But if you're putting money on it, I don't know.
You don't know, yeah, not everything is sure, because sometimes
Yeah,
you want to win big.
you would have bet on it. Yeah, you would have feel comfortable to put money on it.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah, man, I feel comfortable betting on the 49ers over the Jags. And the Jags, they're still missing their big time wide receiver, DJ Chark. I haven't seen him out there, and he's their star, 6'4", run like a deer, can jump out the gym, you know. All right, so next
Um,
game.
Houston at Tennessee. I don't think
All
this
right,
is a basically every week people pick Houston to lose. I don't know. I don't think
You
it's a
have to.
biggie.
You have to. You have to pick Houston to lose. So I mean, minus Derek. If we said if Derrick Henry was there, we would have. I can't speak for everybody. Let me speak for myself. If Derrick Henry was there, I believe that the Titans would be a bigger Super Bowl contender. Even without him, they played excellent. They signed AP, and it looked like they have a nice system going on over there. The defense, the defense has come around. Nobody thought that Tennessee's defense would be this good this year or playing like this right now. So they're playing good offense. They're playing good defense, right? You know, in NFL, they always talk about special teams, but I don't really analyze special teams like that, right? So I said they're playing good offense, they're playing good defense. So overall, I have to go with the Titans. Just and the Texans are just so bad. It's just that simple.
Yeah, the Texans are coming off a bye, but that that doesn't really help bad teams. The
Yeah,
bye
one.
doesn't really help bad teams.
What's their record? Like 1-7 or 1-8. So
Yeah, the bye don't help bad teams. So basically, you don't have much to say. Like I say, the Tennessee Titans are rolling right now. They are just in their rhythm and just doing everything right. It seems on both ends of the field. So yeah, go with the Titans, of course.
yeah. All
Then
right.
Green Bay versus the Vikings. Kems got on to me last week when I picked the Vikings to win a game that I think most of you guys picked the Chargers. I think I was the only one
Yeah,
who
that's
just
correct.
said that sometimes you just have a game, G Star, that you know that a team just like to play against a team and they might just turn up for this one. As punters, as people who give analysis of games, you have to can tell that G Star like to play against this defense or G Star doesn't like to play against this defense. You know what I'm saying? Even if that
Yeah,
team is
man.
playing good, you just have teams that you can let that team who is playing good look bad. That's how
Yep.
sports is.
Matchups.
And that was
Matchups.
yeah, it's just matchups and how it all plan out. But obviously Aaron Rodgers wasn't one of his greatest games, but last weekend still managed to get the win. Now he comes and play the Vikings. I think this one Aaron Rodgers needs to get back in sync basically now and get back focused if he really wants to go to the Super Bowl because it's a very big chance that he's looking like the favorite right now. He's
Yeah.
looking like the favorite to me right now that he can really take it all the way. So I am going to go with the Packers.
All right. And where is it being played? The game?
It's at Minnesota.
All right. So this will be my upset special if I don't see any more. I have to go with I'm gonna go with the Vikings, right? Um, here what? If you look at the last time Aaron Rodgers lost a division game, like he doesn't lose many in his division, right? So it's Lions, Vikings, and what's the other team? And Bears, right? Aaron Rodgers, remember Aaron Rodgers said to the Chicago Bears fans, I own you, right? I think not that it backfires because he does own the division, but I think the Vikings get a piece of that on Sunday, right? I think the Vikings come out because they have to be tired of Aaron Rodgers, you know. They have to be tired of Aaron Rodgers always beating them every single year, winning the division. And they saw what he put in the belt. He has the belt into the belt celebration. So I think they'll definitely be motivated, right? They're playing at home. The Viking offense, they're potent. They can explode at any moment. Big time running back in Dalvin Cook. So they have the talent, right? And they have the potential in the defense being Mike Zimmer being a defensive coordinator. And I think the Packers are due for an upset. They lost week one. That was the upset. They lost another game, but that was because Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing because of COVID. Aaron Rodgers is back. but I'm going with the upset in this one.
Yeah, that's a good game to if you want if you want to make big money, you normally have to go for upset, and this is a good one to basically go off. Even though I pick the
Yeah, man, if
Packers,
you have one or two,
I mean,
or you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If
yeah,
you want
yeah,
me to
yeah, we'll
choose
have
one.
them. Miami beat the Ravens last week. No, I don't think no one saw that and all of that. Washington, Tampa, no one saw that. So it happens. It's no
And believe
prediction
me,
is far
somebody
fetched.
saw that. Somebody somewhere won some money off of that game. Believe me.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, among us.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But
Fair enough.
but Baltimore Ravens now visit Chicago Bears, who was on the bye last week. I don't know if that was good or bad because my newbie that I tend to like watching, I watch a lot of his games. Justin Fields, he had a great game against the Pittsburgh Steelers just before, and then he went into a bye. I don't know if that was good for him or that was bad. But I will think that rhythm is everything and it was bad for him. As a he must be glitching at his skin after he had such a game and was waiting to get back on the field basically to show that he can repeat such a performance. But he get a chance this week, this Sunday, to do it against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, and I think he will pull it off. And this is where one of my upset special come from. That the Bears will have enough in them to beat the Ravens, who are not looking good at the moment, basically. And I'm keeping them down since they are playing down. I'm keeping them down again this week with the Bears getting a win.
All right. Gunners boss says call a discount. Double check G Star. You know what I'm thinking, Chris Lynch? I didn't.
No, yeah, I don't. I
So
probably
you,
he was referring to the betting thing.
yeah,
More than
man.
like,
Yeah, man. I know it's a gambling, the betting thing. I just don't know it. The
yeah, I don't know
Bears,
the thing.
the Bears, the Bears versus the Ravens. Yeah, I think you're alluding to the fact that this is going to be one of the most exciting games of the week. And based on the schedule, what we have so far, it is definitely the most exciting game. Why? Because they're the two fastest quarterbacks playing in the game right now in the NFL. Thing is the fastest, Lamar Jackson's the fastest, and then Justin Fields is the second fastest, right? Um, so I guess Justin Fields, he's trying to get to where Lamar Jackson is in terms of, status and overall skill. Um, both QBs are coming on. I think Lamar Jackson is playing better football this year. In terms of throwing the ball and passing the ball. There was an incredible statistic. Lamar Jackson, I think this is before last week, he was sixth in passing yards and fourth in rushing yards. Right? Now that is unheard of for a QB to be sixth in passing yards and fourth in rushing yards. So that means he's running better than 27 other starting running backs as a quarterback. So that's an amazing stat. Um, but saying that though, I think Baltimore will stumble again. The offense looked like against the Broncos they were in a rut. Um, is basically they couldn't stop a couple plays. Lamar Jackson didn't have much time in the pocket, and he was a little shook in the pocket, in my opinion. No, on the other side, Justin Fields, he's playing better and better and better. Um, he doesn't have the greatest stats, I'll admit to that, but as a QB, he looks like he has it, Chris Lynch. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same it factor. Justin Fields looks like he has it, so I'm happy for Bears fans because they're getting that excitement. They're getting that excitement factor in their QB. So I'm with you, Chris Lynch, and I'm gonna pick an upset on this one. It's an upset special.
You got it, the Bears. But Fine Action think that the Baltimore bounce back. I mean, you have nothing to say about that. They can bounce back.
Tell the audience where the games are being played. Oh,
We've
okay.
been
Like
doing that,
home and away.
right?
All
Yeah,
right.
you think so? I've been telling
That's
you
fair.
where.
It's called. I was talking about the belt sign. Oh, the belt sign what Aaron Rodgers do?
Yeah, he's saying
That's what
that's
it's
what it's
called.
called. Yeah,
Oh, the discount
double
double
check.
check is what
Yeah,
I'm doing with the belt.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Next
Um,
game.
Cincinnati Bengals at the Las Vegas Raiders. Two desperate team, I would say, G-Star, huh?
Bengals at the Raiders. Boy, and then both teams are like about 5-4. Boy, Bengals at Raiders. I think that's a pick 'em. Hear what? Deshaun Jackson had a big drop or a big fumble last week on Monday against the Kansas City Chiefs. Right? I thought that was a critical play in the game.
Yeah.
But I think losing Henry Ruggs, though, honestly, I'm not even talking psychologically. Maybe some factor psychologically, but the
The
his
system
ability,
obviously is not the same.
yeah, his ability in the offense, what he brings to the table, he's their only big time deep threat. And Derek Carr likes to throw the ball deep. He likes to throw the ball to Waller, the Titan, loves throwing the ball to Waller, loves Hunter Renfro, right? He's their version of Cooper Cup. And then he will go to Ruggs deep, right? So they're trying to use Deshaun Jackson to replace Ruggs. I don't think that Deshaun Jackson has it, but he's not the player um who Ruggs is. So I can't go with the Raiders on I can't go with the Raiders on this one. You, Chrisley,
Yeah,
who you going?
I am going with the Raiders. That they will bounce back. I mean, they are desperate. I just think Kansas City owned them basically last week. Last week, and I don't know if, like I said, that drop catch basically changed the complexion of the game. Did, but Kelsey was back to Kelsey. Mahomes, Tyreek Hill look good, and Darrell Williams make a good play that could have changed the game. Had he probably had the Raiders probably intercept or he dropped that catch in the end zone. So I go with the Raiders.
All right, so I got the Bengals. So it's just the Vikings, Packers, and Bengals, Raiders. That's the only two teams that would differ, or two matchups would differ on.
Yeah.
Next game
And
now.
then probably an excited one. Kyler Murray goes to Seattle. So the
If he's
Cardinals,
back.
the Arizona Cardinals goes to Seattle.
That's if he's back. Boy, here's the thing. We don't know if Kyler Murray is going to be back in the game with Colt McCoy. That's the first thing, right? So Kyler Murray hasn't played the last 2 weeks, and Seattle got shut out last week by the Green Bay Packers, right? So for me though, playing at home after that big time embarrassment, not knowing that Kyler Murray is going to play or not, I can go with Seattle, Russell Wilson, just because you don't know. There's a lot of pride with superstar quarterbacks like him, and playing at home. Um, so yeah, so I'm going with the Seahawks
Yeah,
based
everything
on
is
those
pointing
factors.
that Kyler will come back this week, though. I knew he wouldn't come back last week, obviously, because the quarterback he did have a good game the week before, and then obviously because they had that great start, they could manage to lose a next one with if they think they don't have Kyler Murray, they would lose. Then they could manage to do that because of such a great start to the season, and
That's
obviously.
true.
Yeah, they are not going to. They are more looking at the back end now, playoffs basically. In the first 7 weeks, they're one of the teams that basically looking at the playoffs already. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it can be bad that they are looking at the playoffs already. But
No, it can't
I
be
think
bad yet.
Kyler,
'Cause remember, they want home field advantage too. Now. Remember, only one team get
yeah,
home
yeah,
field
they need
advantage
that
too
as
now.
well.
So them
So
hungry.
yeah, they should stay hungry, and I think a win. I think Seattle will be hungry as well because basically probably a last year take them out of the reckoning for playoffs. But I still think
Yeah,
Arizona. Yeah, I think
Arizona.
Kyler come back and do what Kyler does and probably less running. I don't know. I don't know if he can tell those guys to run less, but I think he
No, and
comes
here's
back
the thing, you're
and,
talking
and
about
pull off
if
one.
Seahawks lose, you didn't fully say it. If Seahawks lose, yeah, you can stick a fork in them because they'll be
Yeah,
done.
yeah. So Russell Wilson know the importance of that, but he didn't look good last week also because his surgery looked like he rushed back. He rushed back from surgery, and I didn't see the Russell Wilson that
No,
we
he
know.
looked
So
horrible.
yeah, I think Kyler will wrap up this one.
All right. So we disagree on that one as well. No,
Yeah. And then this is the most exciting game. It's not the Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, and the Justin Fields Bears. When the Dallas
really?
Cowboys visit the Chiefs, that's the most exciting game this week, G Star.
Cowboys Chiefs? Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
Sunday night?
No,
It's
I
not
think
Sunday night. I thought it's Sunday night game.
the Sunday night game is Pittsburgh and the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
I think
Boy,
this is
yeah,
a
that's a cracker.
3:20 game.
No,
Yeah,
that's a cracker. That's a cracker.
that's the most
Oh,
exciting game. I knew
yeah.
it when you
So,
said it, but I was just waiting to reach it, and I know you would
yeah,
agree.
man.
So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Cowboys
so
Chiefs. That's the marquee for sure. That's the marquee game.
yeah,
That's game of
that's
the
the
week.
big game basically.
I hear what a lot of people, even in this, I am sure sports, NFL, was counting out the Chiefs, right? A lot of media members,
Including myself.
yeah, a
Are
lot of
you? Yeah.
media
Every
members,
time when I saw them last week, you ran across the line. I was in our G Stars and not yet.
yeah. You see, whenever teams, Rudy Tomjanovich said something in 1994, 1995, and it's a key statement in sports. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, right? Now, the Chiefs aren't the defending champion, but they still have championship DNA from the season before. They're the AFC champions. They were never just going to go down just like that. Patrick Mahomes, we have him as the best QB in the game. He was never just going to just go down just like that, right? So going against the Dallas Cowboys, some people think that the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL. They're certainly talented on offense and on defense. Um, when in doubt, you go with the better quarterback. I always say that when in doubt, you go with the better quarterback. So for me, the, it is another pick'em game because I can give 6 reasons for Chiefs to win, 6 reasons for the Cowboys to win. Where's the game being played?
It's
At
at the
Dallas?
Chiefs.
Oh,
No,
it's at the
Chiefs.
Chiefs. It's at
Arrowhead
the Chiefs. What's the line? What's the line?
minus two
Chiefs
point
favored
five.
by how much? Point
Minus
five?
2.5.
So that's a field goal. Minus 2.5 Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. So Vegas is there where I'm thinking right now that the Chiefs should be the favorite, right?
but it
The
but
Cowboys have a
it's
better
gonna be
record.
close.
Yeah, the Cowboys have a better record, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well. Um, it's a pick'em game. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think coming off that game against the Raiders, Mahomes, the thing about Mahomes is that I saw confidence, but I also saw doubt. Mahomes overthrew some ball that he wouldn't normally do, and that's because he's been having a very bad season at throwing picks. So what he
Yeah, I
was
saw that.
doing was making sure that it's out of harm's way. So he was when he's overthrowing Pringle. I saw him overthrow Pringle once, Hardman once, Tyreek once, and I'm like, no, Tyreek basically beat his man heading down the
Yeah, that's
field,
what
and
I
Mahomes
said.
overthrew him. That's
Yeah,
because
man.
that was doubt because of the picks he threw earlier in the season. Then when
Yeah,
I
you're right.
saw confidence was when he threw the ball, there was a open hard man just around the probably the seven goal line, around close to the end zone, but not in the end zone. And he went to Darrell Williams, who was a tight end. Don't play, don't do a lot of receptions with him. And he basically threw it there. And I'm like, damn, my home's throwing the next pick. But no, he went up and made the play. And that's where you know that he's confident. Because he had a
Oh,
next
and
play he could have.
okay. I know the
Yeah,
play that you're talking about now.
yeah,
I
because
know the
that
play
was
you're
to his
talking about.
left and right to his right. Hardman was open
Yes,
and he
yeah,
just
yeah,
went
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
Williams.
yeah, yeah,
And that
yeah,
play
yeah. He
changed
was
the game.
wide open. Yeah, man, he was wide open. That's why you know,
So
say
that was
Mahomes.
confidence. So while I saw doubt, you also saw that he's not lacking in confidence. He's going to do what he does and
No,
take
but Chris
chances
Lynch,
down the field.
what that play actually shows still, is that he's not seeing the field as how he should. Because if we're being honest, he had a sure pass to the right, and he threw up a 50-50 ball to the left, right? And as you're saying, I haven't seen Patrick Mahomes miss so many passes. You're right, where he's overthrowing receivers, and sometimes he'll be on the run, running to him left, and usually him just sling it, and it's right on the money. He's missing those throws. So you're right. I saw
But
that. I
that
saw that
one,
last week as well.
the reason why I say confidence though, and not that it's a bad decision, earlier in the game, he was taking what the defense give him, something that he probably doesn't normally do. He would just look down the field all the time. But this game, he didn't look down the field all the time. Kelsey will
Mm.
come underneath and he will throw it to him. Hardman will do the same thing. Pringle, Williams, they were doing the same thing. They weren't going downfield. So I
Yeah, but the
saw
fact that
that.
you said that his confidence is rattled, that's I won't say it's a big deal, but it's a deal. It's a deal. It's something.
Yeah, it's
Because
a
for a
deal
QB
because
of his stature, remember, the man the confidence supposed to be way up, right? And Mahomes' confidence is not way up at the moment. But
yeah,
it can
it's
come
not
back,
the
and I
ball that
believe
he
it will
threw
come back.
to the ball that he threw to Tyreek Hill. He threw the ball so hard. I'm wondering, it was supposed to be, even though it's down the field, it wasn't supposed to be no rocket, no bullet. It was supposed to be a float over the top, so he can get a chance, and he didn't do that. But yeah, I still expect him to. I think the defense is picking up a little as well. I mean, against the Raiders, they did pick up and give him some chance. Tyrone Matthews seems to be getting closer to balls, and that he can comes up with a pick, and that's what they were when they were a Super Bowl champion. Tyrone Matthews was a big part of what they do, and he's looking like a leader again. They didn't have no silly penalties really, and you don't need that against good teams. And I think it's going. Most people is probably expecting a shootout, and I think it's probably going to be a blowout that the Chiefs is going
Oh,
to just come back into sync now and do what they're supposed
the
to do.
Chiefs can blow out the Cowboys.
Yeah,
All right. Gunner's boss says Mahomes is suffering from a turf toe injury and is limited in his abilities. All right. That I didn't know about.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, once he get protection again, that was like I said, that was a big thing. He didn't get no sack. He didn't get no hit. He get hit twice, but it wasn't no dangerous hit, like basically. Yeah, so
Mm.
yeah, man. But we'll move on to the Sunday night game. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Boy, now how do you call that game like this? Big Ben Roethlisberger missed last game because of COVID. The team ended up with a tie with the winless Detroit Lions, and then now the Chargers. The Chargers are right now they're looking like a has been because people were feeling that boy, the Chargers were the number one team in the AFC, and Justin Herbert is the best QB in the AFC. The
People were
defense is
starting
playing.
to say he's even better than Mahomes.
Yeah,
I
so
start to think like that.
people were drinking the Kool-Aid heavy on the San Diego Chargers, just like how they're drinking the Kool-Aid heavy on the Bengals. And then now it's gone to the Patriots, right? So it seems like every 2 weeks there's a there's a team that just pop up that we drink the Kool-Aid to, right? Or people drink
Yeah.
the Kool-Aid to. So back to the Chargers. I guess you said they've come down to earth. I think they're 5-4, I believe. 5-4 or 5-5 off the top of my head. I think they're 5-4 though. So they're still trying to be. They're still right there with the Chiefs to be the to win the AFC West, to win the division, right? Um, so it's a big game for them. So for me now, I can go with the Chargers with this one because I think at some point they have to put it together. I don't think the Chargers are a Super Bowl contender, but I also don't think they're a scrub of a team. The Steelers, they've been up and down. Their offense has been, you could say, deplorable. But they do have a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde in them because they have a Hall of Famer Ben Roethlisberger playing their QB, right? Justin Herbert didn't have a good game last game. I believe that he will bounce back. I'm not going with the law of averages a little bit, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers. And where's the game?
It's at the Chargers. But you know
Yes,
these
I'm
two
going.
teams are
I'm
probably
going with the
close by,
Chargers.
right? Are they?
Yeah. Pardon me?
These two teams they're close by in terms of
Record?
location. No,
No man,
location.
no man. The Chargers are in LA and Pittsburgh is in Pennsylvania, like near Philly, right? So it's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yes, it's not close by.
No, one is on the west, and I think anyway. But you're up now. I play the
Yeah,
Chargers.
I think Big Ben should be back. I think everyone
Yeah, he
think
will be.
he will be back. But it's hard to pick against, I don't know, the defense, and because Big Ben was out, I'm just going to go with the Chargers also. I mean, they have been struggling. The offense for the Chargers has been struggling for the past month. But they know that they need one right here, and I think this is a good game to start again and get the offense up and running. So I go with the Chargers also.
All right, and last but not
Yeah,
least,
yeah, man. The Monday night
Monday night.
encounter, obviously. New York Giants will visit Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right. The Giants, the bane of Tom Brady's existence. When Tom Brady was in New England, the Giants beat him twice in the Super Bowl. Good old Eli Manning. By the way, they're excellent on the Monday night broadcast, I must say.
Yeah,
Eli and Peyton, yeah, man, they're excellent at it, and they have excellent guests as well, right? From Draymond Green to LeBron James, the actors. Um, Philip Rivers was on. So I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. The Giants are a bad team. Tampa Bay has played horribly, two games in a row. They lost to the Washington football team, and they also lost to the Saints, right? I mean, if they lose to the Giants, it's going to be the trifecta. But I believe Tampa Bay will bounce back. The Giants have been playing some decent football. They've had some unlucky games. Daniel Jones, I think Daniel Jones is still a question mark, but for me, he plays well most of the time. I'm not sure where Saquon Barkley is at. He was still missing. The receivers are coming around. Touchdown Tony, right? Shepard, Galladay, Slayton, Evan Ingram. So they have weapons. I think the offensive line is missing in the Giants, but all in all, they have a decent young team, a decent team. They haven't put it together this year. I think next year they'll be a lot better, but this year and right now and this week, I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Bucks because I think that they need to get back on a roll. The defense looked, as I said, the defense looked horrible last week. Couldn't get off of the field. So I think they'll pay more attention to detail, and I think they'll play harder. I think they'll play harder, and I think they'll play smarter. So I'm going with the Bucks on this one.
Yeah, like I said, the defense was struggling last week. Defense struggled. But I don't see no reason as to why they shouldn't get back on track and beat this Giants team. But I think it might just be a little closer than expected. So Daniel Jones probably hung around, but I think the Bucks get back on track and win this one.
All right, so we can go to this. We can go straight to the shore six. Let's
Yeah,
map it. Let's map it out now. Um, so we're both at the Patriots. Who the Patriots playing? Let's start from the top. The shore six or the shore five?
Patriots play Falcons.
Patriots play Falcons. What do you think? Move on? Sure pick or move on? Question
Uh,
mark?
Move on.
We
I
leave that
think
for a
Patriots
question
might
mark. We leave
just
that
be
one as
due
a
for a loss, and I don't know.
no. We'll leave that one as a question mark. Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, it could be possible
Dolphins
based
no.
on
Who
how
the
they are
Dolphins
playing.
play? Dolphins and the Jets. I'll go. I'll say that's a sure pick.
For the Dolphins,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I'll
don't
go
think
with it.
so?
Yeah, we go with
All
Miami.
right. All right. Who the Panthers
New
play?
Orleans, Philadelphia. Yeah,
No, that's not sure. That's not
yeah.
sure.
Washington, Carolina. That
That's
might
too
be
iffy.
open.
There's no way I can
Yeah,
call that sure. Who the Bills
nah,
play?
that's the other one is Colts at Buffalo.
That I wouldn't call it. I put that one as a question mark for Buffalo. Next one though, Browns.
Detroit at Cleveland. You will take that one, huh?
Yeah, that's a sure pick. Detroit, Cleveland,
Because
sure.
even though I go for the upset, that's you.
No, you went for the Browns, you know.
Did I?
Yeah, you went for the Browns. That wasn't your first upset. Your first upset, I think, was the Bears. All right, next game,
Okay.
49ers.
49ers at Jacksonville. Question.
Yeah, I would say that's a sure. And Gunner's boss said, "Oh my word!" But it's "Oh my word." The Manning's cast is the best thing on TV. Watching Monday Night Football without them won't be the same. That is true. I forget them credit. I
Here it
forget them
should be
credit.
a Titans, Houston at Texans at the Titans.
All right, I'll put that as a sure pick.
Yeah. So how many short pick you got so far?
Four. Four. And then no,
Baltimore at Chicago.
we split the rest of them. Who the Chargers play? Let's drop down to the Chargers.
Chargers play Pittsburgh.
No, and then the Bucks play.
New York.
Bucks play
You
the
would have to go
Giants.
with the Bucks.
So the Bucks play the Giants.
Yeah.
So really and truly, we'll have a sure five. You want to try for six, or leave
No,
it there, sir?
because there's a lot of close game, to be honest.
And then honestly though, well, I think in terms of our short picks have been blown up 3 weeks in a row,
Yeah,
right? So
and this
for
might be
anybody
another
who's
week
listening,
again in terms of that
no, for
because
anybody who's listening, I feel that these short picks this week is a good week for the short picks, right? Don't bet your house on it, definitely not. But the Dolphins over the who? Dolphins over the
Jets,
Dolphins over the Jets, Browns over the Jags, Browns
yeah,
over the Lions, Browns over the
Lions,
Lions,
Detroit Lions,
49ers over the Jags, and who the Titans are over?
Texans, Houston.
Titans over Texans, and then Bucks over Giants. That's the short five. We'll see how it go. We'll see how it go next week if we're right. I feel like putting on a big money on it myself. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess that's it, guys. Thanks to Pine
Yeah.
Action. He was very animated as usual in the comment section.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Fine
Yeah,
Action.
man. D Madrid was in the comment section too, you know. Yeah, man. So, and here is yours truly. He's not a betting man, so he get away from the screen whenever you hear bet.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
get
there
away
you
from
go.
the screen.
There you go. Yeah, man. But thanks, you guys. Listen, great show. I mean, you want to run over the sure pick again for the people who may have missed them. Just go through what they are. Both of you concur and what the sure picks
Yeah,
are.
the G-Star,
Yeah.
G-Star has.
Go
Yeah.
ahead,
It's
G
a
Go
Star.
ahead, G-Star. You can go with it.
it's a sure five. Well, the Dolphins, right? The Dolphins over the Jets, the Browns over the Lions, the 49ers over the Jags, the Titans over the Texans, and the Bucks over the Giants as the sure five. We couldn't
Yeah,
get
all
all the
right.
way to 6.
Okay, so what about the newbies? The newbies who want to watch a game that you think is going to be very exciting, lots of touchdown, very close though, no blowout, but very good competitive, you know,
The game of the
27,
week.
20, 27, 33 kind of a game, or, somewhere
No
around
man,
there,
the game of the week. The game of the week is the Chiefs versus the Cowboys.
the
So two
Chiefs
big
versus the
teams, two huge teams,
playing
right?
Kansas
One Super
City.
Bowl contender, two Super Bowl
Yeah,
contenders. Yeah, that's the big game. And then the low key secondary game, big game is the Bears versus the Ravens because you have Justin Fields, who is kind of Lamar Jackson Jr. with a better arm. Going against the
can
Ravens
throw
and
the
Lamar
ball very
Jackson.
deep.
Yeah.
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 So Ravens Bears it should be another, like, in terms of excitement, that should be an excellent game to watch.
So,
And then for the Cam fan, Cam is back in the NFL.
yeah.
And Cam is playing. I can't remember who they're playing off the top of my head
Yeah,
though.
He's
but that,
playing. He's playing his former coach who coached him for 9 years. So that's
Oh yeah, that's right.
exciting. Like G-Star say, Ron Rivera is
That's
playing
right.
the Washington football team.
Gunners boss is saying, don't make your sure five be like Colin Cowthorne blazing.
Colin
Um,
Coward's Blazing Five. I don't even know who he picked. I don't even know who he picked as
yeah.
his Blazing Five.
Gunners boss, why you think we're listening to people? We don't have to listen to people to talk, bro. We just share it. You always think like you don't listen to people and think like other people listen to people. In Gunners boss, relax. You think we don't know what we're doing around here? In Gunners boss,
Yeah,
but big up.
and everybody listens to people. That's just how it goes, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? The,
man.
the president, the president, and the prime ministers listen to people, but they're still the
Yeah,
leaders.
yeah. But thanks to all the persons in the comment section, Gunners Boss, Pioneer, Pine Action, Demo, Fresh God, always in, and everybody else. Some of you watch never made a comment. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. A big thank you to Chris Lynch and G Star for a well done show. I mean, good analysis, good tips. But I have to ask him, what are your thoughts on Odell Beckham? What do you think you're gonna get from him this weekend?
Well,
That's a good
anytime you leave a
question.
team in such a fashion, they call out quarterback. Then while the lights are on Baker Mayfield because he got called out, it's Beaver bigger on Odell, and he needs to turn up in a game for the Rams. The Rams were clicking before him and Van Miller was added. So now it's Odell time to show that he wasn't the problem at Cleveland, and he needs to come up with a big game. But I think he will come up with a big game when he get the targets, and that he will be a big part of the Rams going forward.
Okay.
Man, that was an excellent question because Odell Beckham left Cleveland with a big cloud over his
Left
head,
left
right?
New York with a big cloud to Cleveland, and then Cleveland with
Yeah,
a bigger cloud.
with a bigger cloud, right? So the irony in the Browns is that the team won more games and they played better without Odell Beckham, and that's a fact, right? The QB Baker Mayfield played better when he's throwing the ball to other receivers other than Odell Beckham, right? Baker Mayfield has some issues. We're not even getting to that. But Chris Lynn said it. Is the grass always greener on the other side? So now that he's going to the Rams, is his team going to get worse again? And if it does, it's not going to look good for Odell Beckham Jr. I'm going to give you the equivalent in basketball. A baller by the name of Stephon Marbury. Excellent player, but everywhere Stephon Marbury went, if he was traded for Jason Kidd, he was traded for Steve Nash, his team got worse, the other team got better, right? So nobody wants to be that player. So Odell right now has a huge spotlight on him. He has a huge amount of pressure, not only to perform, but to have the team win. So we'll see how it goes with Odell. We'll keep watching. Gunner's boss. We'll read what Gunner's boss say. I'm just
Instead,
telling
well,
y'all.
go ahead, G Star.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, coward blazing for been cremating people. So what the hell? I never understand this. Been cremating
Yeah,
people so much late.
he's saying
Or they will be asking for
forward
a trade
Colin
next week.
sure
They
picks
won't pass
hasn't
him the
been
damn
good,
ball.
and they have people has to be selling their homes and all of that
Oh, for real?
because they have been losing. They
Oh,
hasn't
it's
been
been
good.
that
That is
bad.
what he's saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
it's
saying
been
it's
that
that
bad.
bad. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And then Odell will be asking for a trade next week. Him can't do that again. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? There's no way him can do that again. So he just has to stick it out no matter what. No matter
Well,
what
it's
is
just a
happening.
1 year contract, so
No,
probably
is it?
not
Oh, it's a
next
1 year
week, but
contract.
just a 1 year contract, but probably
Yeah, but
not
it
next
wouldn't
week.
look good
But
if he's just
obviously,
bouncing around. It wouldn't look
yeah,
good if he's just bouncing around though. Not for being a superstar like that.
I'm sure Mahomes is looking at him and saying, "Come over here."
I'm management. I know you're chomping at the bit, you know. So you're not gonna tell the people. Somebody's asking when the NBA show can start.
When the NBA show gonna start, when Pioneer ready, man. Pioneer is too busy. We're waiting on Pioneer, man. We're
You
waiting on
mean
Oh,
Draymond
geez.
Green?
we're waiting
The
on
the
Pioneer.
OG.
No, well, we're waiting on Golden State to be on a losing streak, and then we can start it. To hear how
That not gonna
Pioneer will
happen anytime
defend.
soon.
Yeah, man. But again, thanks so much. Thanks to all the persons in the comment section. Continue to like the video. Listen, for the NFL show to grow and expand, you have to like it. The more you like it, is the more people want to watch it. The more people want to watch it, is the better it is going to be, and the more of these shows we will do. So go out and tell people about it. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. All right. We need 964 subscribers. So here's what I want you to do to get to 3,000. So here's what I want you to do. Take somebody's phone and subscribe to the channel. Just say, hey, can I borrow your phone? And subscribe. You understand me? Just go on. If they don't have any internet or service on their phone, hotspot. And if you can do that, then the channel grows. All right. Again, thank you so much. Thanks to G Star and Chris Lynch, the real deal. You understand me? We're in the wrong jersey, but you don't know. Yeah. I don't know why we wear PSG jersey, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Remember, we also have a big show coming up later with some former reggae boys talking about the game. It's 9 p.m. this evening. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be a banger. We're going to have coaches, who have been a part of the national program, and players who have been a part of the national program assessing. And there is also going to be a meeting at 8 this evening to discuss the future of the coach. So by the time we start our show, we should be able to share with you some information coming out of that meeting. So you don't want to miss that. We want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada. They sell all you need for your jerk and your barbecue needs. They have jerk spice, barbecue spice, hot pepper sauce, curry paste, right? Jerk marinade. And they're offering 25% discount on all their products if you shop at www.tricknick.ca. That is www.tricknic.ca. When you shop there, you enter the code I am sure sports 001. One word, and you get 25% discount. They ship all over the world, and we're going to close our stream today with a word from Tricknick
Jerk marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.